Up in the morning to the rising sun.
Up in the morning to the rising sun.
Gonna run all day till the running's done.
Gonna run all day till the running's done.
So here's how to fight depression and anxiety and reclaim your purpose. So I've had several bouts of depression in my life, and I've helped family, friends, and people close to me deal with it as well. And I've learned some tools over the years. And so I'll just jump right into it. But basically it's counterintuitive. When you're depressed, when you're anxious, you're thinking inward. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about, like, why me? What about this? How come I can't catch a break? I suck. I hate myself. All that negative self-talk and all those, terrible emotions that creep in and basically tell you that you're not worth it. And every time that I've climbed out of that hole, it's taken me focused outward. It's taken me recommitting myself to either my family or to a higher purpose. And that's not necessarily religious. It could definitely just be, a goal you set for yourself that you want to achieve. And then as you make little strides towards that goal, it starts to pull you out of that, that dark place. Another thing is you need to realize that it's going to take time. I've seen people pull themselves out of depression in a weekend, like just 1 minute they're feeling down because they, maybe a relationship ended or a death of a loved one or something. And then in a weekend they can snap out of it. And I've seen myself take almost a decade to pull myself out of different holes, So I know that it can take time. And I've seen people I care about, people I love, people that, I look up to, suffer through that. And there's no real way to speed up that process. You're going to have to come to that in your own time. You're going to have to deal with those emotions as they come and figure out coping mechanisms to help yourself survive that tough period. But basically, what I would say, a path that could guide you forward and something that could help you find your way out of that dark place is you need to commit yourself to a bigger plan, something outside yourself. You're going to have to realize that, even the people that are closest to you, the people that placate you, like maybe it's your mother, maybe it's a spouse, maybe it's a sibling, your closest friends, they're not going to be real with you. They're not going to tell you, what you need to hear, those hard truths that I talk about sometimes and that you've heard others talk about. And those are what you really need to hear, address, and overcome to be able to get out of your depression and deal with your anxiety. And it's all focused inward. You're going to be misunderstood. You're not going to be accepted by the general public for the trials that you're experiencing. You're going to try to explain to them, it's hard for me because of this. I've been forgotten by my family. I've been forgotten by my friends, my loved ones. I've been misunderstood by everybody. They're not going to get it. And until you basically climb out of that and start committing yourself to something other than yourself, nobody's going to listen to you about it. And I mean, you can pay a therapist to do it. But I've been through therapy multiple times throughout my life, all the way starting back at 7, 8 years old. I've been through really dark times. I've been, abused. I've been handcuffed, neglected, locked in a basement. You name it. I've been through the ringer, and I've put myself through the ringer several times as well. It wasn't just outward forces that have done terrible things to me. It's been myself. And you're going to have to address that. You're going to have to accept that, take accountability for it, and learn how to change that for the future. Your whole life is meant to serve other people, and once you realize that, that's going to do wonders to making you feel more at peace with both your anxiety and your depression. You're going to have to commit yourself to some bigger plan. It doesn't have to be entrepreneurial. It doesn't have to be career oriented at all. It could be serving in a soup kitchen. It could be serving the homeless. It could be fostering youth, respite homing adolescent youth. It could be volunteering down at a homeless shelter. It could be, there's so many ways you can give back to society and then find yourself through that. And basically, once you commit to those kind of activities, you're going to find that within a short period of time, you're not going to be so anxious. You're not going to be so depressed anymore. You're going to have more self-confidence, more self-love. And that's really what it's about. It's about finding love for yourself, forgiving yourself. There's something there that you haven't forgiven yourself for. And you're expecting others to do that for you. And it's never going to happen. If you want people to admire you, if you want people to look up to you, if you want people to love you, you got to love yourself. And you're also going to have to forgive yourself. And that takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of effort. And it's not going to happen overnight. Me saying it is not going to make it happen, make it so. And sorry about the wind. I tried to re-record it several times, but it's just what it is. So, but, you know, if I was to give this advice to my loved ones, it would be commit yourself to something bigger than yourself. For me, it's my kids. It's my family. There's people that need me, people that need my skill set, people that need my insight and wisdom and life experiences to help guide them, people that don't have the courage to, you know, pull themselves out of that hole. And I got to be strong for them. And that doesn't mean I'm not going to relapse. I'm going to have down times again. And I'm going to need that network to support me through it. And that's kind of when you find out who your true friends are, who your true family is, who your true loved ones are. You know, there's people that are there for the wrong reasons, and that's hard to hear and it's hard to experience. But then you're going to find people that have loved you unconditionally all along, and it's going to be humbling. It's going to take you. It's going to take you to be, you know, disciplined. You're going to have to wake up when you don't want to. You're going to have to go do those things when you don't feel like doing them. And a lot of Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous participants find that. They find when they're in the service of others that they find themselves. There's a reason for that, you know? That's what we're supposed to do as people. We're supposed to be there for each other. We're supposed to serve other people, even if you're in your darkest hour. So I'm not going to ramble too much about that. You hear it in motivational videos. You hear it from people you respect, people that you admire. That's what you have to do. You have to get out there. You're going to have to get yourself out of your element. Change your physical state so that you can change your emotional state. And it's going to take trial and error. There's no quick way to fix this. And even once you feel like you're in your stride and you're killing it, and it could be 5 years long, you're going to go back into depression, especially for people that struggle with it. They're going to relapse. They're going to go back into that dark place. And you're going to have to remember, you know, who you were when you found yourself before. You're going to have to find yourself again. So don't give up. Suicide's never the answer. Seek help if that's where you're going with your thoughts and everything. And just realize that through a little perseverance and a little bit of determination, you're going to get out the other side of this. And yeah, just hard work. So love yourself, forgive yourself, and forgive others. And as always, remember, fail, learn, grow, share, repeat.